Hey, what's up guys? This is Rob with Flip Aquatics, and today I have another fish room tour for you guys. So this is one that I did with another fellow YouTuber. His name is Corey from Aquarium Co-op, so feel free to go check out his channel as well. But if this is your first time at Flip Aquatics, we do a lot of fish room tours, so please subscribe and check out some of our other fish room tours that we have. But if you're returning, then sit back and enjoy, because this is one of my favorite fish rooms. And it's not because it's the most impressive fish room out there. It doesn't have this huge 1,700 gallon tank. It doesn't have this elaborate 800 gallon tank. There's nothing special like that. But what is extremely special about this fish room is the fact that so much creativity went into it. And you have to respect the creativity and fall in love with it and appreciate it. And so this to me is one of my favorite fish rooms for that reason. So sit back and enjoy, and let me know what you think down below.
This is called Fangorn Forest.
Fangorn Forest.
Yeah, a Lord of the Rings theme going on here. So this is Fangorn Forest. So that's Smaug's Lair, the dragon from the Hobbit, with all the shell dwellers. He collects his shells.
That's cool. So what's this one?
Red Rivendell.
Rivendell.
I can get it to base
It's the elves.
Yeah,
it's the land of the
I've got
elves.
5
So it's up in
cultures
the
of gone.
mountain.
Yeah.
So we take our
Very
food waste,
green and,
you know, like
if you'd like.
the caves, the mines of Moria, with the Balrog and Gandalf, if you remember from the end of the first movie. That you shall not pass. I have a bigger air pump coming because I've exceeded the number of outlets I can do, but when that bubbler's really going good, it makes it really look like a smoke monster, you know?
Nice.
So you like Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
I love Lord of the Rings. I love this one.
Yeah, there's something really ethereal about that. I had the different colored LED strips, you know, where you could change the color, and that was kind of nice, where you could change, you know, how the coloration of all the tanks were.
He bought the bones and the skeletons at the Halloween store.
Oh no.
He correlated time-wise, and then he gauzed them, the ones that you see on the web.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it worked out perfect.
Cute.
The Death Star tank.
You're not allowed to take that to the store.
Yeah, somewhere around 50, yeah. And that's Brad.
That's awesome. It fits perfectly below the TV.
So when she was up here one day, we pulled the tank out and she painted the supernova on the back. And then the Death Star is a ferret exercise ball. And if you look over on this side, I cut out, you know, a side, inverted it, epoxied it in, and then put the LED so it's got the, you know, the red Death Star. I think the angelfish look like the Imperial shuttles from Return of the Jedi.
That is
That's
so
amazing.
And then there's 2 parrotfish in there. One likes to hide in the Death Star.
Oh, I see his tail now that you said that.
Captain of the Death Star.
Exactly.
This is awesome.
That's
And
seriously
then-
cool. One thing that will never stop impressing me in this hobby is the creativity that Hobbyists come up with every single day. We are lucky enough to spend a little time with Jonathan and get to see some of that creativity.
I'm thinking I'm going to treat the tank with... that tank there is the seahorse home. But I put him down here to try and get babies out of them.
Yeah, I love this tank for seahorses.
Yeah, it is
Be
cool.
perfect, yeah.
I started with... So Joe and I bought 8 seahorses, and between the 2 of us, we're down to 2. So he made...
Joe Doyle?
Yeah, like 5 batches of babies and couldn't get any of them past prime shrimp. I've got the breeding pair in here, and I thought I was going to lose the male yesterday. He had a bubble embolus in his belly that I had to deflate. So, wow. Hopefully he'll be okay. But this is what has seemed to work for me as far as cleanliness goes. You have to feed them twice a day, and they can't have any old Misi shrimp or they'll get sick. So I put this Saprinodon on one side, and them on this side, and then I can scoot whatever old stuff is over to there and they eat it. And then I can feed them again and their tank stays clean. But poor Joe, when he was getting babies, he was vacuuming his tank twice a day. He was changing like 50% of the water every day.
So they're real finicky.
Yeah, the female's up there hanging on the
Oh, I see her now.
the
Yeah.
power head. At the flow, like I have not gotten these guys to breed yet, and I've tried. Like I just increased the photo period to 18 hours a day. I'm feeding the same food Joe was. I've tried high flow, low flow, all. I mean, like everything, and
Nothing seemed to work
Yeah.
yet.
but I'm working on it. There's the reef tank. You know, I've got live coral in there. The blotched foxes. They're not common. Yeah, these guys are a lot of fun.
Oh, they're beautiful.
They, you can see the little clover leaf shape. That's their belly. So after a while, after I've fed them baby brine shrimp, you'll see the shrimp.
The shrimp in there, yeah. Little frag tank.
Yeah, that's my practice frag tank there.
Just see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Some more salt water down here.
Yeah, I had the seahorses in there to start with, but it was too much flow through there. Those are rotifers for seahorse babies if I ever get them.
Okay.
That's green water for rotifers. So I've got the whole food chain going. These are some of Joe's crying whiptails down there. And most of these tanks here are like grow out staging tanks and try and keep a pipeline of breeding fish so that I can turn them in for bath, you know, see who I like, keep more for pet stores, you know, whatever. But there's always the struggle between who's ready to breed and who's not quite ready yet.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of tank do you need? And all that sort of
This is
stuff.
awesome.
That was in Fangorn Forest, but it was a big contributor to the blackbeard algae because it was right under the light and it collected so much like honey and food and whatever. So it's a beautiful piece of wood that I've been growing weeping moss on for 2 years. But,
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
and this has been almost consistently at 0.0 nitrate and phosphate for the past week since I started. One of my other principles is never do something yourself that a robot, an organism, or a natural process can do for you.
Yeah.
And
That's
water
good.
changes are one of those things that, which is the aquaponics setup that all the water goes through the tanks. Then it hits either those flood and drain trays or the tower, and then goes back to the sump. And then I have a timer that sends it out to the garden. So everything gets
How much
used.
water do you gain in the freshwater system?
I send out about 6 hours a day through maybe 5 gallon per hour. So like not that much, maybe 20. This is my first experiment with this. So the yellowing means that there's not quite enough nutrition, so I need to get my nitrates up a little bit. But I had way too much. I had little knob things, and they got plugged up like every other day. So I had to paper clip through them, and it was ridiculous. So I just did that yesterday, and now I'm getting good water flow through here consistently. That's a kiwi, that's strawberry, that's basil, that's Swiss chard, tap water, and I can give any tank I want either one, and they all drain to waste right there. The one upgrade that I have to do with this is to put the heat mat underneath like Jan has. Because being by the door, this thing changes too much. And if you're trying to treat sick fish, having temperature fluctuations is not good.
If anything, you might want to even have a little warmer. So.
Yeah. So that's what I want to do, and I'll put one mat per on a different thermostat, for each one, so that I can keep them where I want. And then, as you
Over my years of being on YouTube,
watch the whole process.
I've seen a lot of fish rooms. I've traveled a decent amount, saw countless fish rooms. And I have to say, Jonathan's fish room is one that will always stick with me. Between his tanks, in his fish room, and the display tanks in his house, the creativity is beyond that I've ever seen. Just the way he scapes a tank and He doesn't care about what other people think. It's simply his creative passion just truly coming out. It's just a beautiful thing. And I feel like it's something we've lost in this hobby. All the time you see people mimicking photos or what other people did and how other people scaped. And to actually see somebody scaping the way that they want and creating their own decor, just an awesome thing. And Jonathan is one of those guys that wants to be different. He wants to try to do things in a different way. Needless to say, he's an
Same method
innovator.
I use. Yeah. Although one of my favorite videos of you is easy duckweed removal.
Yeah.
Is that you that do that?
Oh,
that did
yeah.
that?
When you have a lot, sometimes you just gotta break out the
The
shop.
shop.
It was awesome.
Because if you put a goldfish that size in there, it literally takes like 3 months. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, let me speed this process up and still put it in there. Still finish it off.